One of the really great organizational tools in the Adobe products, and especially Illustrator, is the ability to work in layers. Let's go to our window, pull down to Layers, and we see a new palette come up marked Layers. The default for Illustrator is a single layer, but we can add new ones and delete them. First, let's go to the flyout just to add a new layer, and it gives us some options, including the name, which I'll get into later, and its highlight color. That's a nice way to tell what's on one layer apart from what's on another. So I'm just going to hit an OK. Another way to add a layer is to hover over this icon at the bottom. It says Create New Layer. So I've got another one. I'm just going to go into this layer 2 and draw in a simple shape. I'm going to navigate away by clicking onto my cursor, my selection tool, clicking away. I'm going to go to the top layer, create another shape. Now I can turn my layers off and on by simply clicking on this little eye. So I have the effect of having deleted that layer and its contents, but it's all still there. I just can't do anything with it. I can also lock that layer. Watch what happens if I try to select on everything. I'm only selected on the parts that are in the unlocked layer. Now you want to get into the habit of naming your layers, because this can get a lot more complicated, and if you have a dozen or more layers in a file, it helps to know what is what. So I'm just going to double click on that one. I'm just going to name it Blue for now. The top one I'm going to name Red. Now say I want to put the entire contents of the red layer somewhere else. Try that again. Now say you wanted to reorder these layers so that the entire red layer is below the blue one. All you have to do is click and drag it down, and they're reordered. One other nice thing is you can go into this layer at the top and you can create a sublayer. If you're used to Photoshop, that's a little bit like linking your layers or putting them into a folder. So now I have another blank layer that's part of that blue family. Just going to put that on there, change its color so we can see it. And I can turn it off or move it down. Now one other option you have is to simply flatten the artwork. So now everything's a sublayer. But if you're sending it off to a printer, then they don't have the added complication of multiple layers. You'll want to get into the habit of using layers whenever possible for anything but the very simplest of illustrations. It will make your life simpler and your workflow much smoother.